This is I'm Blue YTR, a small-time creator like myself, and today I'll be turning him into a mech. How's it going, my spuds? I'm Hotblisket, and welcome back to another modeling video. Today, as I said, I'm modeling I'm Blue YTR. I actually really like doing these modeling videos. If you didn't see my first one, I recommend you go see that. But right now, this is just the blocking phase, getting the main shapes ready. So what I'm doing right here is just making kind of like a jetpack kind of thing for the robot. In the final thing, I mean, you cannot see it at all from the front, but you'll see the final product in the end. You could skip to the end if you want to, just to see the final piece, the final renders of the robot. But as you can see now, I'm making the head. The head was very difficult because he has this kind of visor appearance on his character, so I tried to emulate that, and after texturing later you'll see some more of that too. But right now I'm just trying to get some cool robotic shape to it. Kind of reminds me of Bumblebee a little bit with the design of it, the eyes in the front. Tell me if you think it does, because that's definitely what it reminded me of. Oh, and subdivision modifier is very important in this model, and I recommend if you don't already use it, you should definitely use it in Blender, because it makes things look a lot more smooth and detailed. Okay, so there I was starting to make the first arm. And the thing about the joints in this model is that they're difficult because they're a robot and they're more bigger and clunkier. But I need to kind of find a way where they don't clip too much. I'm trying to make them not clip at all, but that's the real difficult part. So you can see right now, right here, I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't go into the upper part of the arm because That would not be good. And then theoretically, if it was real life, the robot wouldn't be able to move around then. So wouldn't want that to happen. Okay, so time for the hands, my absolute favorite part of every single model that I ever do. And if you watched my last video, you'll know that I am completely kidding because hands absolutely stink. But this time, because I'm actually going to be rigging them, I want to make them look better. And I think that it came out pretty good. With some arranging, I managed to get a good position. And later, when I actually rigged the whole model, you could see how it all comes together. And I like the way it turned out. I think I'm going to keep doing it this way. Now, the legs were basically just kind of a copy of the arms, except some small differences. The bottom of the legs will be chunkier, as you'll see when I make them, because this is supposed to be a big, strong, beefy robot. As you can see right here, they're huge, and I wanted to give that feel because this is a strong, giant robot, a giant mech. And again, I'm doing the same things that I did with the arms here with the legs, just so for a range of motion. And then after that, I'll be making the feet. And I'm just going to say right now with the feet, one thing that I really like to do that was really interesting, I made them like two things that stuck out. Right here, you're going to see I'm going to make a loop cut, and then there will be the two parts that extend out. So kind of like two big toes. Think of it like that, two big toes. Hey, so I just wanted to say I made this texture, and I'm not really the best at describing texturing, but I got this metal that looks actually pretty cool, and you could copy it right here if you want. Here's all the nodes that you need for it, and you could change it around too. Here's a kind of view around it. It is very reflective, but it also is kind of cloudy. You could change the cloudiness right here, and then you could also change the color if you want a different sort of vibe going on with it. And yeah, you could just play around with the rest, but I just wanted to say that real quick. Okay, thanks editing Blisket, you explained that really well. But yes, here's the texture, very robotic, very cool. And now I'm kind of just making little edits to the robot before I rig it and get it ready for the final shots. And here I'm making the sword. I wanted to make the sword very jagged and cool looking, which you will see I'm going to split it up into many different little segments and then add the blade. Okay, so yeah, I used a sort of beveling technique to get the very sharp, well, okay, maybe not as sharp, but the circular kind of look of the sword. Solidify was really helpful here. It helped me just get the idea that it was a solid thing, and here I'm texturing it right now. And then I will be making it a more bright material. Okay, so I was just doing some textures, adding little details with the sword before, and then it will be rigging time. Okay, so I didn't really want to show that because it just takes so long. So what I did with the rig is that I got a human rig, and right here I'm actually posing the whole character. But with the human rig, I just got one side, put all the bones the way they had to be in the shape of the body, and just duplicated it on the other side. Okay, so there we go, getting the swords in the final position, and then I will just render it out. I do use Photoshop for my renders because it's very useful putting in text and making everything look cool and putting multiple layers. But as we prepare for the final beauty shots, enjoy! Okay, so yeah, here's the robot front. And then the back. If you enjoyed this video, electrify that subscribe and like button, and peace out.